A boy named Taro lives in a small village. He likes to run and play, but he also likes quiet things. One day, he hears about a temple on a hill. People say an old monk lives there with a big bell. The bell rings loud, they say. Taro wants to hear it. He walks up the hill. The path is long. Birds sing in the trees. The wind moves the grass. Taro feels happy. He reaches the temple. It's small and old. A monk sits by the door. His hair is gray and his face is calm. Taro bows. "Hello," he says. "Can I hear the bell?" The monk smiles. "Yes," he says. "But first, sit with me." Taro sits on the steps. The monk points to the bell. It's big and shiny. "Ring it," he says. Taro stands and pulls the rope. The bell sings loud. Ding, ding, ding. The sound fills the air. Taro laughs. "It's so big," he says. The monk nods. "Good," he says. "Now, tell me, what does one hand sound like?" Taro tilts his head. "One hand?" he asks. "You need two hands to clap." The monk shakes his head. "No," he says. "Listen to one hand. Sit and find it." Taro sits again. He holds one hand up. He moves it fast. Nothing. He tries again. Still no sound. "I don't hear it," he says. "It's quiet." The monk closes his eyes. "Keep listening," he says. "Don't move. Just wait." Taro frowns. He wants to hear something big, like the bell. The sun moves slow in the sky. Taro sits still. He looks at his hand. He hears the wind. He hears a bird far away. His breathing gets soft. "I don't hear a sound," he says quiet. The monk opens his eyes. "What do you feel?" he asks. Taro thinks. "It's calm," he says. "My hand doesn't need to do anything." The monk smiles big. "That's it," he says. "The sound of one hand is silence. You don't need noise to find it. You just sit and feel the quiet." Taro looks at the bell. "The bell is loud," he says. "But this is nice too." The monk nods. "Yes," he says. "Loud or quiet, it's all here." Taro walks home slow. The hill feels light under his feet. He holds one hand up and listens. No sound. Just peace. The next day, he comes back. He sits with the monk again. They don't ring the bell. They sit quiet. Taro smiles. "I like this," he says. Weeks pass. Taro visits the temple often. He doesn't ask for the bell anymore. He sits and listens to the silence. His mind feels clear. One day he says, "Thank you, monk. I learned something." The monk bows. "You find it yourself," he says. Taro nods. The quiet stays with him like a friend. That's the end of Taro's story. The lesson is simple. You don't need noise to feel big things. Silence can teach you too. It's about being calm and listening to what's inside. Did you like this story? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe for more easy English Zen stories. See you next time.